I'm going to give you a little tour of my web space and maybe talk a little bit about each page so you kind of have an idea of what I've got going on the web. So here we go. We'll start out with my main page at Kenady.org, which is kind of the hub of everything. You can get to anywhere else from this page. Kenady.org is really all you have to type in. And it looks something like this. You just kind of widen things up a bit. There we go. Well, no, I won't either, because I just lost myself. There we go. Here's my page. Now on this page, this is just kind of a general blog where I talk about my life and my wife and kids and things like that. The front page here is just a little intro and a little dedication to my wife. This changes every now and then. On the side here, I have my other site links, my other places on the web that you can click and go check out, which we'll check out. And then, of course, up here is my menu for this site, David Kenady's website. And we are actually on the main page right now. I have just a little tiny bit of information about myself here in the About section. My music is basically just a page that talks a little bit about how I love music and how music affects me, and then a link, or actually not a link, but some information about some blog categories where I put some of my music, so you'll know how to find it. You can read that later on. Then I've got my actual blog, which I call my blog grid. And these are the different articles and postings that I post here about just general things that interest me. And some of them are YouTubes, which I enjoy watching. All of these things are categorized. And here you see on the right-hand side the categories that all my posts are in, and you can see all the different categories. So you can scroll up and down here to check and see what I posted. And that has to do with that. Back up to the top. The next one over is my photo album, which I'm working on. I've redone so many photo albums over and over and over, and this one I'm just getting started on. I've got 2 albums in here, Places I've Lived and the Pacific Northwest, Our Home, which is, of course, where I live now. Got some pictures in there for you to look at. Now, these other, let's go back to the front page here. These other sites here, let me just kind of introduce you to them a little bit. The first one here on the list says Computer Help. This is a blog of mine where I'm kind of the guy in the family that helps everybody with their computers. And this is where I post interesting things that I've found in repairing and fixing computers. There's not much in here because this thing crashed a while back, and I'm kind of rebuilding it. But you know, it'll get busier. If you have any problems, you might check here. I might have found an answer to things. Back here again, the next one is Dave's Ham Shack. Now that I'm retired, I'm getting back into doing ham radio. And so this website here is basically my story on getting back into ham radio from the very beginning. I haven't got my license yet. I'm still working on that, but I have some equipment. And I'm building my station, and eventually I'll have my license back again. And I'll be able to get back on the air. But I'm going to keep it all right here in Dave's Ham Shack. It's basically just a blog. If you click on blog here, you'll see my different postings where I've been researching antennas and learning what's new about ham radio. My daughter Sarah bought me a world map of ham radio areas, and just the various different things that I've run across. There's a manual for my Heath kit. SB400 transmitter, which I was a big Heathkit fan back in the day. Okay, let's go back to the list. The next one is Grown-Up Conversations. This is nowadays about the only place I post anything political other than retweeting tweets on Twitter. This is all my political stuff, all in one place. I used to be all over politics on Facebook and drove everybody crazy until the whole thing started to drive me crazy, and I got off of Facebook, and now I do most of my stuff here on my own sites. So anyways, that's the Grown-Up Conversations. That's my political blog. Next one is Kenady Family Recipes. This is basically just for the family. We've got put our heads together and put different recipes here on this recipe software, and it's online so everybody can see it. That's what that's all about. My Google page, the most neglected page on Google, is my page. I don't hardly do anything here. I probably ought to get busy with it. It would probably be a good thing, but I don't. I just have never done much with it. My online Bible college. Okay, now I moved to Seattle in 1979 to attend a Bible college in the Seattle area. It was a very, very dynamic experience. It changed my life as a Bible-believing, born-again Christian. This place really changed my life, and not just the Bible college, but there was a church and a Christian school there too. It had an extremely big influence on my life, and the organization went out of existence in 1988 or so. And a few years later, I got approached by some people that had all the old classes on tape and wanted to know if I would like to have them, because I had a web presence, and at the time I had a message board for ex-members, and so they approached me. I took them. Me and a buddy digitized everything and put it online. So all these classes are now online. If you click this, if you're at all interested in college level Bible study, you got it all here. There's biblical theology, all these classes. Next in line, you've got doctrinal theology, historical theology, language studies, because the Bible's written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Ministerial orientation, and last but not least, music studies. Oh no, I take that back. There's one more, practical theology. And graduate studies. There's only a couple classes in there. So that's what that's all about. If you are interested at all, there's some really, really good classes in there if you would really like to study the Bible in depth. Then there's my YouTube channel, where starting himself up. This is where I keep all my videos, which is kind of the new thing I'm trying to start doing now, including this video I'm doing right now. I'm learning how to do all this stuff. So on my page, you'll see my videos. You'll see a lot of others that I've saved, that I've liked, and you can just check this out at your leisure also. Then the family of David Kenady. This is basically a genealogy thing that I put together a number of years ago that show my family. And it's kind of interesting. You can kind of go through there if you're at all interested. And then last on the list is my Twitter page. And there's my Twitter page. And that's I get a little political in here too. Then I've got some other links here and some recent blog post listings. And that's kind of what it's all about on my website. If there's anything else, I'll let you know about it. Kenady.org, Kenady, Kenady.org. That'll get you there.